was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Red Pill Diaries. And without further delay, I've got to bring in this guy. I can pick his brain from now into next year. Colonel Wilkerson, because this guy, he's a straight shooter, and he tells you what's on his mind. And it's hard to find people like that. And every time I have him on my program, I am so thankful that he decides to come on my program, because it's a blessing. You guys, it's a blessing for you guys to hear him. So, Mr. Wilkerson, thank you for joining us again on the platform.
Well, thanks for having me, Rashid.
Well, Mr. Wilkerson, let's start with the 800-pound gorilla in the room. What happened to all of the people who were saying that Donald Trump was the peacemaker and the peace candidate and would bring peace and would not start any wars?
I think they have been grossly violated in that belief. And I think we're about to see just how grossly violated they've been. And back again to 50 trillion. The Bank of International Settlements in Switzerland recently concluded that the global debt is somewhere around 60 to 70 trillion dollars, and there's another 30 or 40 trillion that they can't quite get their hands on. And some of that's in the black economy, where people are trafficked and drugs and guns and such. All of this is conspiring, I think, not just to hit the empire. It'll hit the empire probably strongest of all, but to hit the globe. And we're going to be in a time of, it's going to be so crucial that we're going to have, all of this could have been avoided. Years ago, people were asking me, what is the best, I'm talking about 2002, 2003. What is the best, I was in the government, what is the best position for Ukraine? I said, it's clear as a nose on your face. Neutrality. Look at the Austrian situation, for example, what they did. You need to be neutral. You don't want to be affiliated with anyone. Maybe in the long term, you might want to apply for EU membership. I know that the people who surrounded the Republican Party at the time I was serving in the Republican Party thought Colin Powell was a rhino, a Republican in name only. And it didn't help that in 1994, he was Bill Clinton's biggest threat. And he was seriously thinking about running for president of the United States. And like Dwight Eisenhower before him, he was being recruited by both parties, Republicans and Democrats. And when he made his decision in November of 95 and said he wasn't going to run, Bill Clinton breathed a deep sigh. Indian, 3 in 5 are Asian, $70 trillion is in that part of the world. You can't fight that. And Trump has to know that. He has to know that. So you got to accommodate that, and you got to start to work with it. I think that's what he wants to do. Now, whether or not the deep state will allow him is another matter altogether.
So the global South, and 1 in 5 are African also, because there's, I was looking at the census, Africa has like 1.5 or 1.6 billion people on the continent. So,
in other words, lots of people ain't American.
Once again, Mr. Wilkerson, you hit the ball out of the park. I want to thank you so much for joining me on the platform. I can have you on here all day long asking you questions. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your having me.
Yeah, thank you, and be blessed, be safe, and you'll hear from me shortly.
Thank you. Take care. Good luck.
All right. Everybody listen, hit the like button. It's free. I told you we're going to bring you some powerful guests. Next week, we have my guy, Carl. We were supposed to do the show tonight, but something came up for me. So we're going to have Carl Czar back on the platform the first part of next week. We got a Patreon and channel member stream coming up, I believe, this weekend. I'll be over on the New Atlas with my guy Brian and Angelo this weekend. So check us out. I might come back and do a stream sometime today or tomorrow. I want everybody to listen.
Really?
I might come back and do a stream sometime today or tomorrow. I want everybody to listen, to look at each other like this. Do right by others, not because there's some material gain or because there's some accolades or some applause that you get behind that. Do right by others because it's the right and humane thing to do. It's the godly thing to do. All right? Because remember, even when no one else is watching, God Almighty is watching you. He might sit high, but as my mom always taught me, he looks low. And that's enough to keep me going on the straight and narrow. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me on the most powerful platform for truth on God's green earth. This is your platform for education, elevation, and edification. This is the Red Pill Diaries. I'm your host, your brother, and your friend. And remember that I love each and every one of you if you love truth. But know that the love that I have for you will always pale in comparison to the love that God has for you. Until we next speak again, stay strong, stay true. But remember to always stay righteous. Hey, mama, your baby boy loves you more than life. Thank you, everybody. Deuces. We're out of here. Peace.
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a